Hi friends, today we are discussing about gene phylogeny versus species phylogeny. Introduction. Phylogeny, the history of the evolution of a species or group, especially on reference to lines of descent and relationship among broad groups of organisms. Gene phylogeny is the genetic relationship between the species. Species phylogeny, evolutionary relationship between the species. Gene phylogeny. A phylogeny of completely sequenced cellular genomes derived from gene content. The similarity between two genomes is expressed as a fraction of the gene in each of the genome that have a closest relative gene in the other genome. In this type of phylogenetic analysis, evolutionary distance can be interpreted in terms of evolutionary events such as acquisition and loss of genes, whereas underlying properties can have interpreted in terms of function. As such, it takes a position intermediate to phylogeny based on the phenotypic characteristics. Although our comprehensive genome phylogeny is independent of phylogenies based on the level of sequence identified of individual genes, it correlates with the standard reference of prokaryotic phylogeny based on sequence similarity of 16 srRNA. Thus, shared gene content between genome is quantitatively determined by phylogeny rather than by phenotype, and horizontal gene transfer has only limited role in determining the gene content of genomes. Then species phylogeny. A species as an irreducible group whose members are descendant from a common ancestor and who all possess a combination of certain defining or derived traits. In this species as a group having shared and unique evolutionary history. Species should be defined only by its diagnosability, that it consists of a population with a unique set of features. Phylogenetic species concept based on patterns of character distribution and is therefore consistent with the full range of possible evolutionary processes that contribute to species formation, including both biotic and abiotic factors. It is less restrictive than the biological species concept, in that breeding between members of different species does not pose a problem. Also, it permits successive species to be defined even if they have evolved in an unbroken line of descent with continuity of sexual fertility. However, because slight difference can be found among virtually any group of organisms, the concept tends to encourage extreme division of species into ever smaller groups. Conclusion. The study of evolutionary relationship between organisms and their evolutionary development is called phylogeny. The diagram that represents the evolutionary relationship between the organisms are called phylogenetic trees. The similarities and differences in the physical and genetical characteristics of an organism are the basis of their study. The relationship between two species is determined by their common ancestor. So that's all about species phylogeny and gene phylogeny. Thank you.